All right, guys. So welcome to tonight's call. We're going to start doing these team calls every, is today Wednesday? Yeah, today's Wednesday. I'm so confused on days. Wednesday at 9 p.m. So the idea around this is for newer coaches and for us coaches who have been doing this for a while is to get tips from each other, kind of go back to the basics of what it is to be a coach, like what you do on a daily basis. Tonight we are gonna focus on building your brand. So just one little piece, which is actually a huge piece of the pie of being a coach and having people come to you and be posting your journey along the way. So I actually put together some slides tonight because I had put together a presentation a few months ago and I kind of got rid of some slides and I narrowed it down to like just your brand. So we could kind of go back here. Can everybody see that? Thumbs up? All right, cool. What about if I start this? Can you still see it? Yes, I'm already winning. All right. Welcome to tonight's call. It is September 26th, Building My Brand, Team Fit and Fearless Foundation. So I just want to give a shout out to you guys who are in Success Club. I know a lot of you guys are working hard at it right now too. There's still 4 or 5 more days of the month, so it's totally possible to still make it. So shout out to Erica, who is at SC8. Tammy is on her way. Susan is on her way with our first coach that she signed up. That's awesome. Moira, which is Erica's daughter, and Nikki Scott, who is not on this call, but she is becoming what we call an accidental coach. She's liking the programs, and she's like, hey, how can I sign my roommate up? She wants to do it too. So that's how it happened. So hopefully one day she's looking back at this recording and like cheering that she's on this on this call. And just a little announcement that I've been a huge slacker on this. I've been trying to think of ways to like revamp Mug Club. So back the beginning of January for about 6 months, we did what's called Mug Club. So when you got into Success Club, you would be in Mug Club and you get a mug that we kind of chose as a team for that month. And it was just like a fun little prize. So I was thinking we would revamp it and it would be back. And so with this time, I think we're going to, every time you help one person, your name goes into a hat for a drawing at the end of the month. So if you help 10 people, you have 10 of your names in the hat. Your chances are pretty good at winning the mug. So it's not about like first in Success Club. It's not about highest. It's simply about, I mean, you could help one person and win the mug. Like you could be really lucky. So that's the idea around that. Every month at the beginning, we're going to choose the mug we want. And then I'll be updating every week, like where everybody's at. So we're going to go back to that because I thought it was super fun. And to go along with my brand, I love craft beer. So like a Mug Club, it kind of goes along with that. So I want you guys to be thinking tonight, because at the very end of this call, we're just going to go around quickly and you're going to name off a few things, maybe a handful of things that are your brand, right? So be thinking about this as we go. And just remember that your brand is going to change as you go through life. Just like when I started coaching, it has changed over time. So I just wanted to go back. My first month of coaching, so that was back in 2014, March 2014, I was lucky if I posted on Facebook like once a month. Like I was not even a poster on Facebook. So to get me to post in that first month, I posted about my puppy who was 8 weeks old, and I got her the same week I got 21 Day Fix, and I put her in the box, 21 Day Fix, and like that was my first post. Now, today we wouldn't necessarily do that because kind of like 21 Day Fix, like kind of all those kind of sayings, which we'll get into, doesn't really bring curiosity around what you're doing. But anyways, I was posting about my workouts every day, and I was posting about my puppy. That's pretty much what I was doing the first like 3 months. Then the first year I started developing more of my brand. So I was posting my workouts, I was posting healthy foods because I was learning about portion control and I was learning about eating clean. I had no clue about either one of those things before I started 21 Day Fix or coaching. So I started sharing those like little bits at a time. Again, I'm always posting my dog Zoe because I just friggin' love her. My lifestyle, family and friends, coaching. So about a year into it, I was talking about coaching as like a part-time thing that I was doing, it almost like a hobby, part-time. I was doing a few hours a week. I was paying off debt. So I was like talking about that on Facebook. Like when I paid off my student loans, I was friggin' jumping in the backyard and holding that slip of paper because that was a huge deal for me, and I still had 7 years left of paying those student loans. It seemed like it was never going down. So coaching allowed me to chip away at that a lot faster. Same with credit card debts. I racked up a bunch of credit card debts like when we were buying this house and getting married, and I talked about the day when I got to pay that off because of coaching. I talked about how coaching allowed me to get promotions at my full-time job. Like these are all things that in the first year that I was like talking about. Now it can be the smallest win. Were you able to put gas in your car because of coaching? Were you able to take your spouse out to a date night because of coaching? Like those are all things that you can start sprinkling in as your brand. Another thing I've been consistent with is craft beer. I love craft beer. So that is a passion of mine, so I've kind of continued to post about that, and I do have a lot of people on this team who love that too. We've met at breweries. I talk to people on Instagram who also love craft beer, so that's kind of my thing. Today, I'm also talking about my workouts. I'm always trying to put like a positive twist on it, something that I've learned. I mean, proof of the product, back when I did 80-day obsession, every single day I posted day 1, day 2, day 3. And I talked about like different wins, struggles, like what I was learning each day. So like somebody knew I was like following something to a T. And now I post about my lifestyle. My lifestyle now, where I'm a full-time coach, is coaching. I travel. I'm able to go out with family and friends at times during the day that I was always stuck in an office. So I talk about that now. Coaching, transformations. So transformation shout outs, that's something that anybody on our team, like you may not have a challenge. If you're somebody new, you may not have a challenger that has like a super transformation story. Cool. Use your coach. Use anybody on this team. Use anybody on Project Fearless. Use anybody in our challenge group. But in our challenge group, don't like use, unless you ask for their permission, don't like use any of their photos or whatever. But you can turn it around and say, you can use a picture yourself and say, hey, like a girl in my challenge group, she lost 5 pounds last week, or she upped her weights 5 pounds. Like, you're still talking about it in your own way, in your own voice. So doing more of that kind of is also a coaching type post. Again, Zoe, craft beer, healthy food. That's kind of remained consistent. For the summer, I've been posting about golf and how my husband and I, it's become like our unplugged date day where we go golfing, not every weekend, but when we can. So I've been kind of talking about that. So kind of sprinkling your brand, your life, 2 to 3 times a day on Facebook, 2 times a day on Instagram. Start doing Instagram stories, 5 minimum. I always have it a goal of mine to not ever let my Instagram story die. I can't remember who said that recently, but it's always like a challenge for myself is to never let the story end, to keep going. So the reason why, one of the many reasons why we're building this brand is because we want to attract friends and people to be on our team, like people who are just like us, right? Who can connect with us on some level. They might resonate with something that you post. They might, like, you never know who you're going to impact when. And so I added this at the end when we're friending new people, which we'll get into if you're new at some point, but we're always adding people as new friends. And what do they do when they see a friend request from you? They go to your page. If you haven't posted anything in like 2 months, or, you know, or if it's like a bunch of negative stuff, they're probably not going to be your friend. They're not going to accept back. And so what you want when people go to your page and say, hey, like this girl's pretty cool, like she doesn't seem weird, maybe I'll be her friend. So that's kind of how it starts. This, I put this in there. So Instagram. So if you're big on Instagram and you want to grow your Instagram, these are all hashtags that I have saved like just in my notes section of my phone, and I'm kind of tweaking these here like every month or so. But this is my brand, workout. If I post a workout picture, those hashtags go there. If I post a food picture, those hashtags go underneath. Golf, beer, coaching, Zoe. I use those same ones over and over and over again until I revamp them kind of every month. But you can have a maximum of 30 hashtags. So that is kind of my little tip there. Basically, it's increasing your reach, because if you're posting Instagram stories, like you could be posting about an invite or like that a transformation happened, and people are going to go watch those stories and then say, you can always see those people, so then you can eventually reach out to them and say, hey, like, are you interested in doing this? All right, things you won't ever see me post. Political stuff. Now, this is just me, because this is not my brand, right? So political stuff, I'm never going to share news stories. Never really going to share anything, because I always try to make it my own. Unless, of course, it's like a fundraiser for something or something like that. But if I see somebody who shared something, I'm probably going to tweak it and make it my own and give credit to that person. But I'm not going to just like straight up share it. Negative shit, no, don't share any of that. Wine, because I'm a beer person, unless I can spin it in a way. If I go to a winery with friends or something like that, I can always spin it in a way like I'm the cool kid that likes beer over here, but I'm still hanging out with friends because I don't want to miss out. Superheroes, unless it's to support my husband and it's like a date night. Cats, I mean, I like cats, but that's not who I am. So I'm probably not going to post about cats. Hair makeup stuff, yeah, I use it, but that's not really who I am. So I can't really give advice on any of that because I buy cheap stuff. All right. So be you, be relatable, and bring the curiosity around who you are and what you're doing. So I kind of asked myself these questions before I put up a post, and 3 rules, 3 things here. So does this empower? Now, it can be like one or the other. Like not every post is going to be all 3 of these. Does it empower? Does it educate? Does it entertain? So like tonight, I posted about a recipe that was shared in our challenge group, and I actually tried it for the first time. It was really good. So it's kind of educating because I'm providing anybody who throws up a GIF, I'm just going to like message them the recipe card. Like it comes right from Fixate. It's not like anything that's secret, but it's able to strike up a conversation like, hey, like we share these recipes in our group all the time. Like, do you want to join? So I always try to think of those 3 things before I'm posting, and not just to like post to post. So now let's talk to people, right? So now we have, you know, my brand. So here are some examples of posts that I put out there. This isn't a post, this is actually a direct message that I would send to somebody. So say I posted about my workout yesterday, and then today I went over there and said, all right, how many people like it? I'm going to write all those names down and message those people. This is something that I would say to them. Hey girl, thanks for the support. I can't believe I flung that bear. Oh my God, I remember that. That was an 80-day obsession. I legit flung the band across the room. The That's in the very beginning of 80 Day Obsession before I got used to those damn bands. So are you on a health and fitness journey of your own? I'm always trying to ask a question at the end to learn more about them. Same thing with food. Hey, that shrimp and pesto recipe was really good, blah, blah, blah. Have you tried zoodles? Are you on a health and fitness journey of your own? Another question you could ask is, have you ever considered joining one of my health and fitness challenge groups? Because if you've been posting about it, they may have seen it. And if they haven't, what are they going to do? They're going to go back to your page and probably scroll your past posts and be like, what the hell are you talking about? And they're going to be like, tell me more. So this is a brewery one. This is basically just to strike up a conversation of like asking, what's your favorite brewery? What type of beer do you like? As soon as I get a conversation started, I immediately say, hey, like I know this is a little random, but I have this group starting up. There's actually a bunch of us who love beer in this group, but we also try to stay healthy and fit at the same time. Would you like to learn more? So getting that conversation started and then being direct once you have that connection with them and asking. And Zoe, again, just starting a conversation, like seeing if they have a dog, what beaches do they like to go to? Do they go hiking with them? And then asking, hey, like there's a bunch of dog moms in my group. Would you like to join us? It's not anything weird. Was there anything I was missing on that? Jab, 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 right hook. Yeah. So typically, I'm sprinkling my brand all week long. My personal goal is to get up 2 posts per week. That is being more direct about, hey, I have this challenge group coming up. Do you want, and kind of like an invite at the end to learn more. And then at least 1 or 2 type of coaching posts that say, hey, like, have you thought about joining my team? Would you like to learn more? 2 types of posts like that. Those aren't going to get as many likes as the others, but people are still seeing it and they're still watching you, even though they don't like or comment. They are watching. So yeah, I kind of wanted to open it up and for you guys to like just quickly say like 5 things that make you you. Erica, you want to go first?
Sure. Okay, 5 things that make me me. Cooking and baking, empty nest mom.
That's recently changed.
Yeah, yes, that's newer, and I'm still trying to work on how to put that out on social media a bit more. Let's see, fitness. I still post quite a bit of health and fitness. Education. I try to, as a nurse, I use my social media as a format to educate. And that's something I want to tweak a little bit more and do more of.
Awesome.
Yeah. And traveling.
Cool. Tammy, you're up.
All right. On my list is I'm a mom of 3, traveling with my family each year. We like to go somewhere as a family. I love to read. I'm a dog mom, and I'm a nurse.
Nice. Sarah.
I am a stay-at-home mom. I'm a toddler girl mom. I enjoy cooking. I am a PCOS fighter, and I love wine.
Cool. Susan, you want to go? There we go. Sorry. I think we pushed the button at the same time. Oh, we can't hear you.
Unplug the earphones. I think that messes with.
Oh, yeah. I think you're right.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay. So I'm a mom of 4. I love nature. I love music. I like to cook. And I really like kids. Obviously, I do an in-home daycare and I have 4 kids. So and animals. So
That's awesome. Good for you.
thanks.
Juggling it all.
Yes.
Brittany.
Okay.
There you are.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Nutrition facts, because I love reading those and like they get me really excited. Being a single mom. Although I need to post more about all of this, really. Baking and cooking. Trail walking is like a new hobby that I've kind of stumbled across. So, and I'll be actually leading my church group in trail walks. So that's something I can post about. I know. They were asking me like where I'm walking on the trails, and I'm like, so I'm really new to it, but I will let you know when I find it. But that's been helpful because I actually had to like create a schedule. So I finally did that and got that like off. But
Nice.
yeah, and then Pinterest obsessed because I love doing Pinterest.
What types of things on Pinterest? Because I used to be a chronic pinner too.
Different like crafts with the kids, different like baking stuff, like happy hour recipes, every holiday, breakfast, dinner, there's just like everything. So
Nice.
yeah.
And your fitness. You're
And-
always up early in the morning getting it done.
Yeah.
You were like so good at that.
Thanks.
All right. Courtney, I don't see her face, so maybe she's not. Oh,
She's here.
she is there.
Yeah, my phone battery's dying, so I was like, maybe if I cut off video, it'll last longer.
What's your 5?
Yeah, where's my-
Oh, there you are.
So coffee lover. Oh, hi. Girl mom, DIYer. Wine lover, military spouse.
Awesome.
Probably like top 5.
Cool.
Also,
Well, did you have something else to say?
no, I said also getting up early.
80-day obsessed.
Exhausting.
Awesome. Does anybody have any questions? We have 5 minutes to spare. Thoughts?
I've got one for you, Meg.
All right.
How else? Okay, I am seriously struggling with hashtags.
With hashtags?
Mhm.
Well, I would start going to other people that you have a connection with. Like not coaching people, but like people who mom of 3s, like all the things that your top 5 things, find people like that and then go see what their hashtags are. Don't
Okay.
use all of them, but like start like creeping on other people.
Okay, that's a really good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. And then you probably use the discovery tab under Instagram, right? Where you can put in a hashtag and like it gives you ideas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
But
just
yeah,
have-
follow other people.
For me, I don't know.
Brittany, you had a question, right?
I wanted to know on one of your slides it says, does this empower, educate, and then I didn't write down the last one. It's
Entertain.
okay. Are you not
Like my workout stretchy band across the room. That was more of an entertain than an empower or a educate. Well, maybe it was an educate. I don't know.
In one of my videos on like in my Instagram story, my band like slid down at the very last second. I was trying so hard to not make a fuck as it hurts so bad. It's awful.
All right, anybody else? No? It was a good first call, guys. We will be back next Wednesday. Good night.
Night.